Hey everybody, welcome back. I know the gear you see in front of you is fairly lightweight, but for my get-home bag, I decided I'm going to lighten the load a little bit. So I'm going to show you what all this has been replaced with. Alright, I'm going to quickly go through this just because I got to do a little more demo of the new stuff than I want to do of the old stuff. This was my canteen cup that I had set up as a little canteen cup stove. This was in my get-home bag, and I still will be using this, don't get me wrong. It's not going in the garbage. You know, it'll just be used in a different kit. I made little metal stands here to make it easy for this to... Of course, now I can't use them. You just put your cup on top there. But this was the kit that was in my get-home bag, and it has one of these Luxada stoves and a stainless steel water bottle, the carrying case for the stove. And all in all, I mean, it's a pretty good kit. It's fairly light. Comes in around 27 ounces, I believe. But what I wanted to do was lighten the load a little bit, and this is kind of unfair because this is going in my new kit too. This is a, believe it or not, an Eddie Bauer titanium spork multi-tool type thing. So this is going to go in my new kit too. But I'm going to show you what I replaced it with. So let me clear this stuff out of the way, and I'll show you the new gear. All right, don't worry, I didn't replace the whole thing with just one water bottle. This is just a plastic Nalgene water bottle. Holds a little bit more than the metal one. And I know you can't cook in it, but there's a reasoning behind this because I will be carrying the water filter with this too. So the water filter just sits on the top here, the Sawyer. But the point of this is it's lighter, okay? A little bit lighter than the stainless steel, so you're getting a little bit less weight. And again, this is a get-home bag that I carry with me whenever I go into Vegas, because Vegas is about an hour away. If I'm staying overnight or something, I'm carrying it through hotels. I want it to be as light as possible, yet still have the utility of a bag I could use in an emergency. So, that's the first thing. Next up, you saw me review this. This is the Keith 650 milliliter titanium pot with lid. I will be reviewing that. I'll probably stick a Ranger band over it so I can stick my new stove and everything in it. I will be, I reviewed this already. You can see it on my channel. I will be putting that all together. And again, we're keeping the spork, like I said. I almost wish I could cut off all this unnecessary stuff. But hey, you know what? It's cool. It gives me a little bit to hold on to. Now, next up, you remembered I showed you this stove here, okay? And this is a fairly good, lightweight stove. However, it's kind of heavy for what it is, okay? We decided to replace it, and again, I've reviewed this stove. If you search my videos, you will see me reviewing it with this little guy here. This is a Brs Titanium Stove. This thing is super tiny, okay? It does require you're a little bit careful when you're connecting the threads, because they will get stripped if you're, if you manhandle it and put it on there on the canister, you will strip them. I haven't, but you might. These just fold down into place. You fold them down, and there's your little stove. That thing weighs 25 grams, so it's definitely lighter than the Luxada stove, and it will still do the job. Remember, I'm just boiling water for maybe coffee or a freeze-dried entree. This is not a, I'm going out in the wild to survive forever. This is a get-home bag. So we got that. Then last up, one of the things I liked about having this kit was I had a little bit of a possible wood stove, gel alcohol stove, Esbit stove, whatever, with this canteen cup stove. Well, how do I get around that? So, I decided to switch out one of the things I had already and use this Luxada titanium coated, I don't know what that means, it's awfully shiny, this titanium coated stove. It snaps together. It's ridiculously light compared to this thing. It's lighter. So we're going to give this a test because I want to burn it in and try it out. But that is basically the upgrade. Now, this Luxada stove, this little fold-together stove, comes with a pan. I doubt I'll be using this, so I'm probably going to take that out, so that will take some of the weight down too. And again, this isn't a hiking or backpacking. I'm not looking to be, some kind of gram weenie where I have to get every little gram out of everything. But it is a way for me to make this a little bit lighter when I'm carrying this on trips or vacations or wherever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try out this little stove outside. I'm going to fill it up with some wood, and we'll see how it burns. And I'm not going to boil anything or cook anything on it. We're just going to try it out and burn it in. And give you my final thoughts on my upgrades. So I just wanted to give a quick demo of the two new stoves. We're going to light this one up, and I'm going to let it burn and see how I like it. No big fancy lighter today. Just some dryer lint. And we'll light that up. And while we're waiting for that to catch up, I'm going to show you the new Brs stove. So while we're waiting for the wood fire to get going, and it seems to be going pretty well already, I'm going to give you a quick demo of this. I've done a review on these. These are really awesome. Really simple to use. They boil water very, very quickly. And they're super light. And that is the Brs Titanium little 25-gram stove. Anyway, let's get back out to the wood. Alright, just wanted to make sure everything burned in nice and even. Seems to be working pretty well. So I'm definitely going to be liking this lighter weight gear for carrying it around, because being that I carry this bag around often. I mean, I don't lug it from, you know, down to dinner when I'm having dinner in a hotel or something, but I do take it with me on trips and, you know, short little vacations, or if I'm just going into Vegas for the day. I live about an hour outside of Vegas, so, you know, you can definitely have a little get-home bag with you. Real simple to carry, not a big deal. I probably, you know, if I'm walking back, let's say worst case scenario, I'm walking back from Vegas, and that's going to be quite a walk for, you know, for me who, I mean, I grew up in New York City walking a lot, so I walk fairly fast still. But still, you know, 60 miles on foot for somebody who doesn't walk 60 miles every day is going to be quite a walk. So I realized that I may have to stop and take a break, cook a meal, maybe have a cup of coffee, who knows, and that will definitely do the job if I run out of gas. So I'm pretty pleased with this so far. It seems to be burning fairly cleanly. It doesn't have as many holes as some of the other larger Lixada stoves, so there's not a lot of wind getting in there, blowing it out the sides, and it's not overly windy today either. I'll probably toss a windscreen in this bag too, being that it's so light. That way I got a little cover for the gas stove and for this. So I'm going to let this burn out, and I'm going to go in and show you my final thoughts on it and how it's going to fit into the pack, and we'll be back in a few minutes. So all in all, there you go. I'm pretty pleased with my new little lightweight gear. Again, you know, this isn't something super imperative. Maybe I've saved 10 ounces. I mean, you know, but it is kind of nice to have lighter, better stuff in your bag, especially something you're going to be lugging around every day. If you, say, live in an urban area and you always carry a bag with you, you know, something like this could really mean a difference after day of carrying it. But for me, carrying it into, you know, when I go on trips and stuff, and always taking it to the car and back, and a few extra ounces, hey, it can't hurt. And I'm really, really liking my new stove options. I want to make sure I have some kind of wood stove in it, because I want to make sure that if the gas for this little guy runs out, and I only carry one container, you know, I don't carry a bunch. If the gas for that guy runs out, I have a way to cook and prepare food or heat water. So anyway, that is the upgrades for my get-home bag. All this gear you can find in my my Amazon store down below, so check it out down below in the links. Even if there's nothing in there you want, just click the link, shop as you normally would. Doesn't cost you any extra money, and we get to bring you more cool gear to review. And don't forget to check out our Thrive Life link below that. We have everything you could possibly want in freeze-dried food and storage ideas, so make sure you check that out. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.